good evening and welcome to yet another wonderful session at BYJU'S Champions. I'm Aishwariya and I hope you guys are feeling excited for today's class. I can see a lot of you are here already. Hi Anita, hi Defina, hi Hari, hello Shweta. Good evening. Hari, I am amazing. How are you doing today? Hi Shaurya, hi Akash, hi Pramod. Hi Anita, yes, I can see you. Hi Akanksha, hi Defina, yes, hi Pramod. Right, hi Mohini, hi Bhavya, Pratiksha, Anuradha. I could also see Anukriti. Yes, hello, hi Sindhu Bhai, hello. Oh, you're Arpita, very sorry about that. Hi Arpita, yes, hi Pooja, welcome to the class, right? So today's class is all about nutrition in plants and we are going to wrap up this particular session by doing a quick mind map of all the important concepts that we had studied about. My day was amazing. And like I always tell you, right, the best part about my day is always when I come and meet all of you, yes? Hi Gayatri, yes, hello, hi Ayushi. Of course, Ayushi comes every class and asks me, ma'am, do you remember me? Of course, I will remember you. Yes, I will remember all of you, right? Hi Shresi, right? Yes, Pratiksha, I am amazing. I am doing well, I am excited and I'm very happy to be with all of you today. And like a lot of you are telling me, I hope my audio, my video and my screen and what I am writing on the screen is visible to all of you. Yes, very quickly, if it is visible, please do go ahead and send a train of emojis in the chat box. Yes? All right, okay. Hi Shweta, yes, of course, I remember you Shweta. Yes, hi Shrishti, hi Pramugda, hi Santosh, hi Tanu, I am not ignoring you. I would have missed out on your messages. Yes? All right, okay. Yes, of course, Shrishti. Yes, Payal, hi. Right, okay. So for a lot of you, I know that some of you are always there in the class and I always remember, but sometimes what happens is that some of you might be new to class, right? And this might be your very first session with me. And let me tell to all those new students who are here that we have a Telegram channel where we post session updates, session notes, fun facts, revision questions, quizzes and so much more, right? So we always post it and make sure that you are part of our Telegram channel. Yes, no huckster, I'm not ignoring your message. I think I would have missed it out. Yes, I hope all of you are part of our Telegram channel. Hi Kaushalya, I can see you are new to the class. Welcome to the class. Yes, yes Anukriti, I do remember you. Now, of course, yesterday we had a class on why nitrogen was important and remember we had a homework question, right? How many of you remember the homework question? Very quickly in the chat, let me know how many of you remember the homework question. Hi Srijani, hello. Yes, all right. Hi Mayank. Okay, sorry about that. Yes, all right. I can see a lot of you remember the homework question, yes? And I hope that a lot of you have answered the homework question, right? It's okay, Deepthi, in case if you were not able to attend the previous class, because I know that sometimes you do think that, you may have missed out on a class and you may feel really bad about it. Please don't ever feel bad, but rather go back, watch the class, make your notes and do answer the homework question in the comment section and come back to the class and tell me that, hey, for that video I gave the answer. Do go and check it out. Yes, Mrinal, your messages are visible. Yes. Hi, Tanu. Welcome to the class. I can see a lot of you are new here. Welcome. So the question in the previous session was on nitrogen is an essential nutrient for plant growth, but farmers who cultivate pulse crops such as green gram, Bengal gram, black gram do not essentially apply nitrogenous fertilizers during cultivation. And why is this happening? Now the thing here is that we know that plants like green gram, Bengal gram and black gram all fall under the category of leguminous plants. And we know that leguminous plants have rhizobium in their root nodules that have the ability to fix atmospheric nitrogen, which is why they don't need to really have these nitrogenous fertilizers because the rhizobium will help them. Yes? All right, amazing. Yes, very good. Rhizobium is the answer. Hi Kushi, hi Ayushi, yes, hello. Right, hi Anya, very good. Rhizobium is there in the legumes, right? Okay, all right. So now very quickly I am going to read out all the top comments that I had got for this particular question, and in case if you have not answered, please don't say that, oh, I missed it out or something like that. Yes Ayushi, it is okay. You can go back after today's class and drop a comment in the chat box, yes, or in the comment section, and I'll definitely go and check it out. Yes Ayushi, yes, of course. So very quickly we have Shruti who has answered and given a very good answer, Anya and Anirudh who have given very good answers, Mohip, Agrima, Rimjim, yes, Dibyanshi, Anik, Shreyasi, Anita, Hari, all of whom have given wonderful answers. Yes, very good. And all of you, in case if you've still not answered, it's okay. Go back to the video, watch it and do send the answer. Yes, Munna bhai, your comments are visible to me, right? Okay, all right. So now that we have had a look at the homework question, today's session is going to be a mind map session, right? On what we have learned so far, right? So very quickly before I get started, I have a question from Shweta which says why no other plant takes directly why they're not able to take up nitrogen directly. So the thing is, see, when we talk about plants, right, we know that carbon dioxide will enter through the stomata, oxygen is coming out. But this does not mean that the thing is that it's not that nitrogen is not entering. It is just that atmospheric nitrogen as a gas cannot be utilized by the plants. So even if it enters or exists, it's pointless because you see it is not able to utilize the nitrogen. That is why we see that it needs to be converted to a usable form. So I hope my question or I have answered your question, Shweta. Yes. Hi Ajitesh, welcome to the class. Yes. All right. So now with this, of course, we have, covered this particular question that we had for our homework, and I hope all of you have a notebook and pen ready with you so that you can make a note of the mind map as well, or you can make a rough draft and then make it nice later on. So of course, let's see how we can have a mind map for this particular chapter, that is nutrition in plants. So now whenever I think about mind maps, right, I always know that it is important to have handwritten mind maps, which is why what you see on the screen here is a handwritten mind map. I have written this for all of you for your reference, yes, so that it is important to understand. Now first thing, whenever we look at mind maps, we need to first identify what are the main concepts we studied in this particular chapter. So very quickly, as you can see, some of the main concepts we studied about was first modes of nutrition. Yes, then we learnt about photosynthesis, then we learnt about some other modes of nutrition, right? So these are the three main concepts. Yes, very good Deepthi. You can write it down along throughout the class and make some important pointers. Yes, you will be getting the session notes as well, not a problem. So it will be there in the Telegram channel, right? So some of these questions that I am getting related to photosynthesis, Sindhubai, can I clarify this towards the end of the class? Because it may deviate us from what we are talking about right now. So let's quickly talk about it towards the end of the class, right? Yes, so first of all, we have modes of nutrition, right? And we learnt about autotrophic mode of nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So which is why I have written this as 1 and 2. Now, in case if you want to write more about it, right? Because we also learnt about something else, right? Like we also learnt about autotrophs and heterotrophs. Now, in case if you want to mention this, you can write it in the side as well, that these organisms are known as autotrophs and these are known as heterotrophs, right? So you can make a note of it as well. So whenever you are doing this, always remember that these mind maps are for you. So write down whatever is necessary. Yes, so always make it a point, right? Now, of course, when we talk about the next concept we learnt about was photosynthesis. So before I go ahead, very quickly, can all of you define what is photosynthesis for me in the chat box? Yes? All right. Okay. So can you quickly tell me how can we, sort of define photosynthesis? Yes? All right. Okay. Yes, all right. So just give me a minute. We will make sure the comments are clear, right? Can you quickly tell me what is photosynthesis? Very good. Process of making food by green plants in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll is known as photosynthesis. Yes, very good, Shweta. Very good. Very good, Ravi. It is the process of making food. Very good, Kushi. It is the process by which plants make their own food using water, air, sunlight and soil. Okay. Mukesh, we will not add soil in the definition, okay? So that we make sure that, soil does not have much, we'll not say soil, but rather we'll say water, right? Very good. Process by which autotrophs make their food, or shall we say green plants? Ayushi, we will say green plants, right? Okay, amazing, Anjali. Yes, very good, Shaurya. Very good, Hari. Very good. Yes, all right. So I can see a lot of you are able to remember what do we mean or what is the definition of photosynthesis, right? So if you are able to remember the definition of photosynthesis in your mind map, you only need to write down the equation, right? It is a process by which green plants prepare their own food using carbon dioxide, water, in the presence, right? So that is important. In the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll to make glucose, right? That is the food that they make. And it gives out oxygen as a byproduct along with water. Yes? All right. Very good, Pratiksha. Very, very good. Yes. I can also see a lot of you are writing the chemical equation. Well done, Akash. Well done. Yes. Very good. So it's important that when you have to remember the complete definition of photosynthesis, because most often they will ask you about it, right? So the definition is what they commonly ask you in your exam. So it's important that you remember. Then we also learnt about the importance of nitrogen, right? In our previous session, we learnt in detail about how important nitrogen is. We learnt about nitrogen fixation with the help of leguminous plants. And we also learnt about manure and fertilizers, right? Okay. Then we also learnt about some other modes of nutrition such as parasitic mode, saprophytic, symbiotic and insectivorous. Yes? So very quickly, can you tell me some examples of parasitic mode of nutrition? I know all of you know the answer. This is like a quick revision for all of you. Yes? Very good, Pooja. Manure is a natural fertilizers. It's okay, Agrima. We are doing a mind map. So here, as you can see, we have a handwritten mind map that can be for your reference. Very good, all of you. Very good. Dodder plant, cuscuta. Yes, very good. Right? Very good. Mistletoe. Yes, very interesting. Dodder, cuscuta. So for all of you who are writing, very good, Deepthi. Rafflesia. Yes. Amarbale. Yes, very good. So whenever you are writing cuscuta, right, always make sure you write cuscuta and in bracket you write dodder or amarbale, because that's more of the common terms that we use, right? So it's important to know that. So in this case, it is important to know. All right, I can see Shweta has asked me a very interesting question, which ideally I should have asked you in the beginning. What is a mind map, right? So a mind map is nothing but a map of concepts that you make, right? So you learn about so many different topics in every chapter. But what is it that you need to remember the most? Yes? So in order to make like a small map which will help you revise for your exams, to study for your class tests, yes, for all of that you can have a mind map. And here, as you can see on screen, is a map of all the important concepts. Yes? So this is what we mean by a mind map. And I'm sure a lot of you are wondering what is a mind map. So this is what it is. Yes? All right. Okay. Now very quickly, can you give me some examples of saprophytic mode of nutrition? Examples of organisms that exhibit this? Right. Very quickly in the chat box, I want some examples of organisms, right? Okay. Yes, Shweta, you can see there's not a problem at all, right? Very good, very good. Fungi, right? Mushrooms and fungi. Very good. Okay. I can see some interesting examples like Indian pie. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. I can see Agrima has made a lot of mind maps herself. Very good, Agrima. Bacteria, fungi, mushrooms. Yes, a lot of them coming. Very good. Yes. So in this case, if you see, as you can see here, mushrooms are the most common, or rather I would say fungi are the most common examples of those that would exhibit saprophytic mode of nutrition. And I can also see some examples like lichens here, right? So lichens here are not an example of saprophytic mode of nutrition, but rather it is an example of symbiotic association. Okay. And I can also see, I'm getting some questions on how to explain photosynthesis once again. I will be explaining it in just a bit, right? Can I add pictures and drawings in my notes of science? Yes, we will be looking at that as well, Ayushi, in just a bit on how you can add some diagrams in your maps also that will help you understand better. Yes, all right. So Indian pipe is nothing but an example of an organism that is there, right? So you can just have a look at it. It's very interesting. All right, okay. So now we've looked at symbiotic association as well, right? So I gave you one example, that is lichens. Do you all remember any other examples of symbiotic association? Yes? All right, okay. I can see molds, algae, very good Pooja. Algae is there, lichens, all right, which means lichens will have both algae and fungi, right? Very good Sindhuba. Yes, lichens, rhizobium. Okay, all right. So here, yes, Anita, you can take it. I hope now I'm not covering anything. Yes, Tanu, I can see you, right? Yes, lichens. And lichens has both algae and fungi, right? So that is important. Rhizobium. Yes, and we also looked at some interesting examples such as clownfishes and sea anemone as well. Now, lastly, some examples of insectivorous plants. Can you tell me? Very good, Pooja. Leguminous plants have symbiotic association. Very good. Very good. Yes, all right. So now as you can see here, very quickly I want you to tell me some of insectivorous plants, because we know insectivorous plants are those plants that feed on insects because they grow on nitrogen deficient soil, right? Yes, very good. We have pitcher plant, Venus flytrap, right? Yes, some of you had also earlier told me about sundew as well. So here we see that these are all some examples. Very good, very good. Yes, all right. So we know parasitic plants are those plants which are dependent on another organism or a host organism entirely. In saprophytic, they are found growing on dead and decaying matter. Symbiotic association is when both benefit one another. And lastly, as I explained, insectivorous plants are those plants which are dependent on insects for their nitrogen source. Yes? All right. Okay. So with this, we've had a look at a mind map of the whole chapter, right? Now, I have a question for all of you. How many of you feel like maybe, ma'am, I know mind map is there, but sometimes I need to have more notes or more, information written down so that it helps me revise? How many of you feel this way? That yes, this mind map is good, this is very helpful for me, but I wish I could write more information, right? Yes, I can see a lot of you are telling me that me, I want more of it. And I did feel this way, right? Because when I was a student as well, I used to feel that, writing this is helpful for me, but sometimes I need to write more to remember. And for me as a child, when I would study, right, I used to write and learn, right? Even if I study and go over it, I would write and practice. And only then I will be able to remember my concepts better. Yes? So in those cases, when you have this mind map, so you can have this with you in your first page, yes, but you can write more, right? So here you have something that is going to help you better. So now again, if you look at it, the first concept that we studied about was of course nutrition and the modes of nutrition. So very simply you can make, so these are all some extra things that I have drawn and all of that, but if you don't want to do that, you can just make a circle and write on it, right? So here all you can do is write down the first concept in page number 2. So the first page, right, what I showed you earlier here, this is your page number 1. So I'm going to remove these arrows, and in page number 1, you can have an overview of your chapter. Then you go to page number 2 in your notebook, and what you can do here is you can write it down, right? All you can do is write it down a little more in detail. For example, what is nutrition? We know that nutrition is nothing but the mode of intake of food and its utilization. Yes, we learnt about it. And we know that there are 2 modes of nutrition where we have autotrophic mode and heterotrophic mode. And we know that this is where organisms prepare their own food using simple substances. Now, I want you to focus on the fact that here I have not written the full definition, but it is important that we write the key points. Yes? Right. Difference between nutrition and nutrients. Now, nutrition is a process where we take in the food and utilize the food, right? Now, there are certain components which are present inside the food. So, inside the food, there are various components. And in this case, we call those components as nutrients. Yes? All right. whether we want interactive notes and this also. So again, I will tell you one thing. Of course, I know that you love the interactive notes and I like how you are all engaged with it. But let's say that you have school and you have exams coming up and you have a lot of it going on. So making interactive notes may be time consuming. If you feel like, ma'am, it is too much for me to do, don't worry about it. It's something that you can use for later, whenever you are free, when you have the time. But when you have to make immediate notes to study, right? This is what you need to do. And this is also good and recommended as well. Yes, Vishalakshi wants me to explain this once again. Okay. Autotrophic mode is a kind of nutrition where organisms will make their own food. Like the green plants that are there that make their own food, right? They make their own food from simple substances. Simple things like carbon dioxide, water, they will make their own food. Which is why we call them as autotrophic. They exhibit autotrophic mode of nutrition and autotrophs are the organisms. Yes, and here we have examples as green plants. Similarly, in heterotrophic mode of nutrition, we see that organisms are dependent on other organisms for food, examples being animals. Yes, so I understand that this is one way of writing notes, right? Are we clear with this so far that we have mind maps, but sometimes we can make a little more elaborate notes? Are we all on the same page? Yes, very good, right? Okay. Don't worry, I do understand. See, when you are studying, it is a process, right? Sometimes some things do get difficult, but that is why we are here to make sure that whatever is scary for you, we make it easy, right? Yes, it's time consuming, but it's good that you use color pens and, write points and facts. Yes, very good. All right, okay. So now that we are all on the same page, I saw a lot of you were asking me, can we have diagrams in our, books as well or in our notes? Yes? So you remember how we learnt about photosynthesis, right? So we know that photosynthesis, there were so many things we learnt about it. So here is one way of looking at it where you can draw, right? Maybe not elaborate interactive notes, but beautiful ones that you can create just with diagrams as well, right? So here, as you know, that a lot of you are asking me to explain photosynthesis, so I'm going to just explain it briefly. Now we know that photosynthesis is a process by which green plants prepare their own food with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll, or in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, right, to produce glucose. Glucose is the food that they produce, and if you see, oxygen is given out as a byproduct, right? So here in this case, what we have done is we have not written paragraphs and paragraphs about photosynthesis, but rather in one image we have drawn everything, right? Yes, okay, this is page 3. Very good, Anita. This is page 3. Yes, all right, okay. So here what happens, all right, okay. Ayushi, I will give you a small tip, but can I give you this tip towards the end, right? Okay. All right, okay, I understand, Defina, yes, interactive notes are a little tough when schools are there, but yes, notes like this will definitely help you, right? Yes, Shweta, I have drawn it, and trust me, it's very simple. I'm pretty sure you will also be able to draw this, right? So here all you need to draw is a green plant, and we know that water is absorbed by the roots that are there from the soil. It is transported all the way to the leaves. Now I have not drawn or labeled the leaves and the other parts, but you can label it, right? And we know that water is one such, raw material that we require, but it also requires carbon dioxide. And carbon dioxide enters into the leaves through small tiny openings known as stomata. Now stomata are small pores which are present on the underside of the leaf, and carbon dioxide will enter. We see that carbon dioxide and water will combine in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll that is present inside the chloroplast, right? And we know that it will give out glucose as a byproduct along with oxygen and some amount of water, right? So Deepthi, we can mention xylem, but you see, normally if you look at it from your NCERT text point of view, it is normally mentioned as vessels, or you can say like tube-like structures. So I think this will be enough, right? You can just mention that much. What is the chemical formula of glucose? Glucose is C6H12O6, right? And here are 4 very brief steps which you can write on top. It's okay, Adarsh, we are just discussing how we can make mind maps and elaborate notes as well. So are we clear with how we can do this? Are we clear? Yes? All right, very quickly in the chat box, I want it coming so that I know that we are clear with it. Okay? Yes, and are you finding all of this helpful? It is important that I know that all of these things, you know, how to make these notes and mind maps, they are all helpful for all of you, right? I want you to tell me if this is all helpful. Yes? All right, okay. Yes, and I can see Agrima also talking about how Ayushi was telling about her problem. So see Ayushi, what you do and what helps you, right? You do that. Don't worry about what other people tell you, right? If you write and practice and that helps you, that is all that needs to be done. Yes, all right. Yes, Mrinal, I like interactive notes, but simple notes, I like to make simple notes as well. Yes, it's okay. You can always make simple notes and I would also recommend that. But whenever you have time, you can make the interactive notes as well because that's something very interesting to do, right? Yes, all right. So yes, this will be helpful in your studies as well and when you are revising it for your exam as well. So with this, if you see, I will do a very quick thing for the heterotrophic mode of nutrition as well. Kaushalya, I think I have missed your question. So can you quickly reply this once again? All right, one session for chemical formula. Soon, Anita, soon we will definitely do, right? Yes, all right. So when we talk about heterotrophic mode of nutrition, so just so that you see how we can do it, right? So in heterotrophic mode of nutrition, what you can do is you can make a simple box like this and here make another box in the bottom where you can write the definition down, right? So here you can write the definition and after that you can make 4 boxes here, one below the other, where you write about it. So we learnt about parasitic mode. So I'm writing a little fast so it looks a little unclean, but yes, you can write about what is the definition and you can also write some examples. Similarly for symbiotic and for insectivorous, right? And lastly, what was there? I think I'm missing one, right? I'm forgetting one. Yeah, saprophytic. Yes, I actually forgot about that. So we have saprophytic as well. So in this way, if you see, you can simply lay it down, write it one by one and it will get easy. Yes? That's interesting, Agrima. You used interactive notes on your chart project. Interesting. You used it for English grammar as well. Great, great. Yes. So this is how you can structure your notes for this particular chapter as well. So I hope this class was easy for you. Are you guys excited and happy? Yes. Are we clear? Are we feeling good that we are wrapping up this chapter, that is nutrition in plants, with the easiest handwritten mind maps, right? Yes, all right. I am so happy that this has become easy for all of you. Yes, Itishri, yes, all right. Crystal clear. That is amazing. So over this weekend, will you all go back and make your mind maps at home for this chapter very quickly? Will you be doing it? Because I'm really hoping that all of you make your mind maps in your notebooks. And always remember, one thing that I tell you is that, yes, all of us are different from one another, right? And maybe the way I make mind maps will be different from the way you make it, to the way, say, even Ankita ma'am will make it, right? But at the end of the day, what is important is that you remember that you should be able to study from it. It is not that I must be able to look at it, someone else should understand. No. The mind map is for you and you only to study, revise, feel comfortable with the chapter, right? And you are at an age where you will be building your foundation, right? And you will be learning about all of these things. And when your foundation are strong or when your basics are strong, right? Trust me, everything will become easy. Yes, so don't worry about it. Don't at all worry. Don't feel like your methods, if somebody says something about it, don't get bothered by it. Just accept it. Say, that's the way I do it. And accept your individuality and keep going. Yes? All right. So any more doubts before I wrap up, because I don't want to miss out any doubts, right? And before I move on to the homework question as well. Yes, all right. Okay, I like how Mahendra says I've understood it all. What is the difference between glucose and starch? Okay, again, like I'm telling you, glucose, I'm going to use another color so that you can see clearly. Yes, so glucose is the food that is produced by the, by the plant, and this is in the simple form, right? So glucose would look something like this. But starch is made up of many such glucose molecules put together, right? So many glucose will come together and in turn it will form starch, right? So that is what we mean by it. So Kaushalya, yes, I have missed out on your question. So very quickly, can you send it once again? I hope I have clarified this doubt. Happy advanced birthday, Defina. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful year ahead. Yes? All right. Very quickly. Kaushalya, could you tell me? Yes? Do potatoes contain starch? Yes, they do. I have missed it out, Kaushalya. I am very sorry. Could you please send it once again? I will have a quick look at it. Yes, all right. Potatoes do contain starch, right? They are rich sources of starch. All right. Okay. So now, as you can see, we have wrapped up this session and we've had a look at all of it. So here's the quick homework question for all of you, for which I want you to send an answer in the comment section. Which parts of the plant are called as food factories of the plant and why? This is very simple, very easy. I am sure all of you will be telling me this. Yes, about what the food factories are known as. Yes, all right. The new chapter will be started next week, right? And you will be you've done a chapter in biology, right? What other chapter have you done? Very quickly. You also learnt about one other chapter, no? Apart from nutrition and plants, can you tell me? Yes. Why do pitcher plants feed on insects if they can make their own food? So Kaushalya, pitcher plants feed on insects because they need nitrogen. They grow in places where there is not enough nitrogen, right? So they grow in such places, which is why they need to get their nitrogen content, and they get it by eating insects. So even though they prepare their own food, since they require nitrogen, they feed on insects. So I hope I have clarified your doubt. Yes, all right, okay. So now, of course, very quickly, I want you to send your answers in the comment section. And of course, you do know about the Byjus scholarship test, and you can register now, and the scholarship test will be there often and you can be a part of it. And of course, if you want to explore more on the Byjus classes, online tuition center, these are some ways in which you can take access for that, right? Because you know, no matter what, we've got you covered. Yes? And of course, show your love to us by liking the video, sharing it with your friends and subscribing to our channel. Make sure that you do drop in your comments with the homework answers. But if you liked the session, also drop in your comments. Tell us what you liked. If you want something more, tell us in the comment section so that we can always be there helping you out. And of course, free trial classes are there in the description box. Do check it out. Thank you so much for being a part of today's session. Thank you so much. I hope that you had a lot of fun in today's class. Yes? All right. Hoping to see you very, very soon again. Bye-bye and have a nice day.